Okay, aquatic keepers, bringing you the aquatic tuber challenge. I got challenged by Reef Girl. I actually didn't even recognize it until Psychedelic Babe put out a video letting us know who all got challenged. I guess I get busy sometimes and I'll open up videos and I'll think I'll watch them, but I'll go and do something and completely forget that I didn't finish watching the video. And I'm sorry about that, Reef Girl. I didn't finish your video, but I did finish it. It was a good video. I appreciate everything you said to me. Alright, let me get into this. Okay. Now, if you don't know, the Aquarium Tuber Challenge is about the Aquarium Tuber Challenge is they ask you 10 questions. 9 of them, we'll just leave it on this guy for now because I got to move around. And I'm kind of reading off the paper, so just the questions. So I can keep it steady here. And I don't have a tripod. But the Aquarium Tuber Challenge is 10 questions. 9 of them are just questions about the hobby. And then the 10th one is you challenge 3 others. So here we go. Question 1 is fish only or reef tank? I'll have to say for me, fish only. I kind of been thinking about that. Like, reef tank, like if you look, don't have any reefs. I got a fish only with live rock right now. Got a molly in there. 2 hermit crabs, which I guess the one's coming down now. I don't see them in my viewing area, so. But that's all I have in there now. It's just a molly and 2 hermit crabs. Oh, and I have a Osiris snail. That's all I have right now in my tank. I don't plan on getting corals or anything for this tank. But I honestly have to say probably for me, fish only is where I'm at. The problem is that, actually, I see the Osiris snail. Little antler. I don't know if you can see it. Get it where it's in the middle of the screen. But that little tube right there sticking up is him. Right in between the rock and the shells. But yeah. The thing with me is that I really don't find saltwater like nothing but the hermit crabs kind of appealing. I'll get to the fish later on in one of the videos. But that's really what me is how it is to me, saltwater is not really that appealing to me. And I'll talk about that later. But fish only for the first question. So, second question, soft or hard? Corals. I'll have to say soft corals just for the fact that I like all the corals that are wavy. I don't like any of the hard corals in me aren't moving. I like the stuff to move in the tank. And then third question is my favorite coral. My favorite coral will have to be zoas all around. I would say zoas. I really like the way zoas look and all the different colors you can get from them. And then third question is my favorite fish. My favorite fish. At first, I was going to say, like, hermit crabs or, like, my molly, because that's what I have. But I have to say it really must be the royal gourami. Royal Gamby or whatever. I really don't know how to pronounce his name right. I've been told 150 times, but I keep getting it wrong. So, but that has to be my favorite. For some reason, I noticed with purple and yellow coloring of the saltwater fish, at least, I just, like, go bananas. About the way they look, especially like the solid yellow ones. I like them. Like, I can have a whole tank with nothing but solid yellow fish in here and I'll probably be happy. But next question. My least favorite coral. I don't know too much about corals. So I have to say my least favorite would probably be zoas. Just because I've seen some zoas that I'm just like, blah, that looks ugly. But I really don't know. And maybe brain corals. Like, I don't know if you can have brain corals in a tank, but if you can, that's something I wouldn't have in the tank. Like, I liked them as a kid just because I thought they looked like a brain. And I was, like, obsessed with brains at that time, but not with brains, but, like, the activity of brains. I don't want to sound like I'm a zombie. But, yeah, I was a little bit obsessed with brains and how they worked and stuff. So, that's why I liked it that. That's what I would say. That would be my least favorite. Now, my least favorite fish in the hobby. That's kind of a hard one. I'll probably go with the lawnmower. I think he's a blimmy. Like, I saw those fish. I thought they were cool with the job they did, but for looks-wise, I didn't really like them. And probably wouldn't ever have one just because of that. Question 7 is homemade or commercial food. I have to say commercial just because, like, I've noticed a lot of people say I don't have time to mix up food. I rather feed a mixed diet anyway. So, like, even when I feed them, like, that's what he's out here for, and this guy's coming down for us. I got food down here. And my Molly's kind of mad because I didn't put any shrimp in this time, but I'm pretty sure I fed them this morning. So I just did this for the video. But, like, you see all that. I got Marine Land's algae food in there. And I got the mini... Grab it real quick so I can make sure I say it right. Yeah, I got the mini marine pellets in there, so I always mix them up. But, alright, we're going to go to the next question. Okay, LEDs, T5s, or mellow highlight? Or, you know what I'm talking about. Those expensive ones, I guess. All I've ever had was T5s and LEDs. And I have to say, even though I have T5s on this, I like the LEDs a lot better. Just because the lighting they provide and they give a shimmering effect. So they kind of make your tank look fancy even if it's not. So that's why I like that. Like T5 I just got on this because this tank's kind of old and a lot of stuff has happened to it. So I really don't want to pony up the money to get a better light on this. So that's why I haven't put LEDs on here. I've thought about it, but it's just not worth it for me. And then my next question is your dream tank. All right, I got to go in a little bit description. I know a lot of these are description, but this one a little bit more. Because at first, like, this one wasn't really, like, a freshwater question I had. I could do this all day long with my dream tank, because what I would want is a 3,000 gallon tank. Okay? No. This is what I was doing. Never mind. That was a different one. All right. What I was planning on, I wanted my dream tank, if I had as much money as I could, like 4,000 gallon tanks. And what I wanted to do was do like a freshwater schooling fish one. No, do a South American one. South American, so have like 1,000 gallon stock with like South American fish. Have another 1,000 gallon stock with like, you know, Africans. Have another stock with African cichlids. And have another one stock with like Asian fish. And then the fourth one I was gonna do a saltwater lionfish cage, and I was gonna buy all the lionfish and have them in there. But then I decided that I wasn't gonna do that. Like now, I would probably actually add more tanks because I would get like probably like 2 or 3 more and do certain like saltwater theme tanks. Because like the lionfish tank was just gonna be, I was gonna go out because I live in Florida. was going to go catch the ones in Florida and put them in there. It's kind of like an educational piece because I would want it to be like an educational tank piece. Kind of like my own museum. But I would do like 1,000-gallon probably like coral tank. Because even though I don't like corals for like a small tank, the big corals tanks like they have in like I would like something big, like 1,000 gallons. I'm talking about and bigger for a coral, or like an outdoor pond that's a coral that have coral in it. Like I would like something like that. But for a tank, I'm just not. It's just not my cup of tea, you know. But I would do that for my tanks. I would just like 1,000 gallons, souped up, you know, museum quality, natural museum quality tanks. Just all kinds. I would probably even have like just an invert one. Just as many inverts as I can put in there, 1,000 gallon, you know, have 100 Scarlet Reds, 100 of this, 100 of that. I probably even do more than 100, but it depends on my bio load, you know. But that's I'm kind of all over the place because I can do a lot with that. Or even like a coral tank stream going through my house or something, which I wouldn't want to do that with koi, but I would do it with coral too and fish. All right, last question. Challenge 3 others. All right, who I'm challenging are people I think haven't been challenged yet, and I really think they should be. First guy I want to mention is Reef and livebearers, Aquatics. I checked out some of his videos, really nice videos. I like where he's going with his stuff. And then also I want to say Reef Geek. He's a YouTuber that was really hard for me to find. I think I only found him like 3 months ago looking on TV. I think I came up with a couple of his channels before, but it wasn't when I was in the reef stuff. But his channel is a really good channel. Go check that out, definitely. And then the last one is KG Tropicals. Okay, KG Tropicals just got in the saltwater business. He's a cichlid dude through and through. I believe he said that before. I actually started watching Corey, Aquarium co-ops tanks, and that's how I found out through him, and watched his live streams and stuff. And so I watch KG Tropical live streams as much as I can. I really like the dude. He actually reminds me a lot of me, to be honest with you. So KG Tropical, I'm calling you out too. All right. All right, y'all have a good one. Remember, I'm going to address this because I've seen it and I know somebody's probably going to be like, hey, hermit crabs are fighting. Those two always fight. But they either can't get each other out of the shells or something because it goes back and forth. So I'm not really worried about them. But, all right. Let me give y'all a back view of the tank. Get it focused. All right, aquarium keepers. This is MJ doing the aquarium tuber challenge. You know what I always say, there's a million ways to do a tank. That's just the way I'm doing it. So I'll see you later, aquatic keepers. Bye.